Now at 10, a former Southwest Missouri coach returns to court to face charges for sex crimes. Plus, Arkansas looks to ramp up funding for pregnancy centers. Also, authorities investigate the cause of an overnight fire at a church in Fort Scott, Kansas. And an area dog trainer provides tips on how to keep our pets healthy and happy.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities charge a former Southwest Missouri high school soccer coach for sex crimes. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Tim Mcgee of Willard faces 3 counts of second-degree statutory sodomy. He was scheduled for a plea hearing, but it was rescheduled for a 3rd time. Court records say Mcgee admitted to having a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old girl back in 2009. He was 38 at the time. The relationship ended when the girl moved away, though according to the probable cause statement, he stayed in contact with her for about a year. It's unclear, though, if she was a student at Willard High School when this happened. Mcgee was eventually arrested and charged, but was released on $25,000 bond. Arkansas is now focusing funding toward pregnancy resource centers in the state following the Supreme Court's June decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Reporter Noah Tucker has more on how many clinics this decision will affect.
In the months following the Roe v. Wade decision, Arkansas has taken a strong stance on its trigger ban laws.
We're considering whether or not we could do something legislatively to stop people from circumventing Act 180, which bans all abortions in our state except to save the life of a mother in a medical emergency.
Governor Asa Hutchinson speaking out on a national level about how he feels about the decision.
I would prefer the rape and incest exceptions to be in there. And even though we have the trigger law, I expect those exceptions to be a significant part of the debate in the future.
Meanwhile, Arkansas has taken a step in helping pregnancy centers across the state.
Excited, grateful. I mean, anytime you get state leaders willing to invest in pregnancy centers all across Arkansas, that is a great day. Because funding is a big issue.
Rhonda Graham with Informed Choices Women's Center of the Ozarks says the clinic has seen a difference in recent months.
Well, we've been really busy. I mean, we have had a steady stream of clients asking for nurses to give them pregnancy tests, to give them ultrasounds to see, if their pregnancy is viable, if there is a heartbeat.
And Graham says the state needs to remain proactive and lead the way during this time.
This is a pivotal time in the history of pregnancy care centers because with the fall of Roe, we have the opportunity as Arkansas to make sure women understand that they are not alone.
The Arkansas Department of Finance was unable to say how soon these funds would be made available. Missouri voters will have some new rules now that lawmakers have passed the comprehensive election reform bill. Missouri voters are now required to bring photo IDs, and it expands absentee voting. Missouri voters can now vote absentee without an excuse, allowing them to vote 2 weeks prior to the election.
I think one of the most important aspects of that is the voter ID requirement. We talk about election integrity almost every day in our office, and one of the ways that you can make sure that our election results are accurate is to make sure that those people that are voting actually are the individuals that are coming to the polls, and the only way that you can do that is to require a photo ID.
The new law faces a court challenge, but if the law stands, the first day you can vote absentee will be September 27th. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly today proposed adding $20 million to the state's annual $2 million allotment to the affordable housing program. She says she's also worked with a bipartisan group of legislators to allocate an additional $50 million for housing throughout the state. With the investments, Kansas will see a 2-year investment of more than $90 million targeted toward the state's rural areas and small cities. Let's check in with Doug for a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a nice Tuesday for us today. We had plenty of sunshine after some showers and thunderstorms Sunday, also on Monday, but it was hot. At least we didn't have much in the way of humidity. 67, 92 were our numbers. Normal high is 88, so just a notch or 2 above. Record high 103 set back in 2000. All right, we got clear skies. We're going to see clear skies tonight. May get a little bit of patchy fog, so be careful if you're going to be on the roadways. To our south, some clouds, some showers down through parts of Texas. That is going to be our next storm system that will start to affect us by late Thursday. Until then, we look pretty good. Low to mid 70s for us right now by morning, 62, 76 by 10, 85 by noon, high temp, similar to today, about 91 degrees. Of course, we'll look at those rain chances here in just a bit.
See you then. Investigators are looking for the cause of the fire that burned the historic church in Fort Scott, Kansas today. The chief of the fire department says the roof of the Mary Queen of Angels Catholic Church is a complete loss and the basement is flooded. This church was built in 1870, and the St. Mary's priest hopes the exterior walls can be saved as they rebuild the church. One Fort Scott firefighter was treated for a minor injury and released. Statues inside of the church were not damaged apparently and are still salvageable. The fire erupted in the church on Holbrook Street overnight. Crews from several surrounding departments battled the flames through the early morning hours. The Pittsburgh Fire Department has a new tool to help some people suffering from smoke inhalation. The new cyano kits treat cyanide poisoning. Now, cyanide is created during combustion of some materials. The fire department says that anytime someone inhales the smoke, they can get the cyanide in their bloodstream. Those exposed to enough smoke could be poisoned by the cyanide. The city of Joplin has begun work on its next phase of the 32nd Street widening project. Last week, workers finished the first section of the street. The project is going to widen the street from Schifferdecker Avenue to Central City Road. The design includes adding a center lane and constructing a sidewalk shared use path. The project is scheduled to be complete next summer. Crawford County, Kansas Sheriff's Office says someone's been calling people claiming to be Sergeant Matthew Peters from the Crawford County Sheriff's Office. The caller then leaves a message with a number to return the call regarding an urgent matter, supposedly. The Sheriff's Office says they do indeed have a Sergeant Matthew Peters, but it's not him who's making the calls. They say if you receive this call, you should call the Sheriff's Office to report it. Coming up, we remember the life of the last leader of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, who passed away today. And later, we'll hear from an area dog trainer on the importance of National Holistic Pet Day. The Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas clinics received the recently authorized Novavax vaccine for COVID-19. That vaccine is protein-based. It has been used for more than 30 years in shots that help prevent diseases like shingles, hepatitis B, the flu, and other illnesses. For more information on how to get the vaccine, go to KOAMnewsnow.com. Russian state news agencies are reporting the last leader of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, has died at age 91 after a long illness. Tina Kraus has a look at his legacy.
Mikhail Gorbachev sparked a revolution as he helped bring down the Berlin Wall and dissolve the Soviet Union after almost 70 years as a socialist state. Gorbachev was born in 1931 to a farming family. He joined the Communist Party as a law student and rose through the ranks. In Moscow, Gorbachev also met the love of his life, Raisa. The two married in 1953 and had a daughter. In 1985, Gorbachev became the youngest Secretary General in the Communist Party's history. He instituted government restructuring and transparency, opening the Soviet Union to the world. With that openness, Gorbachev played a key role in ending the Cold War.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
He found common ground with President Ronald Reagan, signing the INF Nuclear Reduction Treaty in 1987. The two became good friends.
Mikhail Gorbachev is a living example of the power of possibility. He is a man whose shining legacy will live forever.
But Gorbachev's openness and reform caused the Communist Party to lose its grip on power. He was elected president of the Soviet Union in 1990, but a year later, hardliners staged a coup and Gorbachev eventually resigned. The former leader won many awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize and the Liberty Medal. 25 years after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Gorbachev kept fighting for equality.
Gorbachev remained active in Russian politics and world affairs, but it was the walls that Gorbachev tore down and the end of the Soviet era that truly shaped his legacy. Exactly 1 year ago today, the last American troops left Afghanistan, ending a 20-year war, the longest in U.S. history. There was mayhem in the weeks before the final pullout as tens of thousands of Afghans at Kabul's airport tried to flee. A suicide bombing in the crowd carried out by the Afghan affiliate of ISIS killed nearly 200, including 13 U.S. service members. It's unknown exactly how many Afghan translators remain trapped in Afghanistan. The U.S. government has said it's trying to streamline the visa process. U.S. and Russian authorities say they're discussing a potential prisoner swap that could free 2 Americans detained in Russia. WNBA star Brittany Griner is currently appealing her 9-year prison sentence, and Marine veteran Paul Whelan has served just over 2 years of his 16-year sentence. Earlier this year, U.S. Marine veteran Trevor Reed was freed from Russian custody in a prisoner swap. Coming up, tips on how to keep your pet healthy and happy.
Plus, we're going to have more rain chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Tuesday for us today. Of course, we had showers, thunderstorms Sunday, and then also yesterday. But clear skies today. It was kind of hot. Temperatures into lower 90s during the afternoon, but still not too bad across the area. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. All right, let's look at our temperatures the past 2 days. Near 90 yesterday, kept us down just a hair. We had the clouds. We had those on and off showers and thunderstorms at times, and then we went into lower 90s for highs today. Of course, we had clear skies. Temperatures right now, most of us low to mid 70s. Case in point, Nevada 70, 76. In Cassville, 74. In Miami, Pittsburgh is sitting at 70. Neodesha checking in at 74 degrees, but it looks good. We had clear skies. 75. Easterly winds are light. Humidity's coming up. We may get a little bit of patchy fog in here late tonight. So if you are going to be on the roadways, watch that. Plus the deer are slowly starting to get moving as we move closer and closer to September. All right, nothing going on. Clear skies, Central Plains, but if you head south, we have clouds, showers, even a few thunderstorms, southern parts of Oklahoma, Texas. And look how this is kind of migrating back toward the west. This is an upper level wave, which is going to kind of slowly drift west, and then it's going to get picked up and then kind of shoot toward us by the time we head late Thursday night into Friday. So that's going to be our next chance for rain. Now, until then, we're going to stay dry. So let's go through the overnight hours tonight, hour by hour. We'll stop at about 6 in the morning. Look at these temps, lower 60s. So it looks pretty good. Quick warm up through the 60s, 70s, mid 80s by noon. I think most of us will top out right around 90 to 92. Very similar to what we did see today. Here's your day planner. Starting at 62, 86 by noon, high temp at 91. Northerly winds are going to be light at about 5 to 10. A little bit hotter once you get into our western counties, Parsons, Independence, Yates Center, Nowata, most likely into the mid 90s. Tomorrow night, fine, mid 60s. We'll see a few more clouds starting to stream in. And then on Thursday, especially Thursday afternoon, we could get a few showers, maybe a few thunder showers in here, especially our southern counties. We'll have a little better shot to see these scattered, very scattered showers and a few scattered thunder showers into Thursday night and Friday morning. This is that weak little upper level wave across parts of Texas. So the heaviest rain looks to be in Missouri down through Arkansas, but we're definitely going to have chances Friday. There's a little back wave that swings through Friday night into Saturday morning, and then just kind of hit and miss showers as we head through the holiday weekend. If you have outdoor activities, of course, it's Labor Day weekend. A lot of people hitting the lakes. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. 91 tomorrow, 91 Thursday, 90 on Friday. Near 90, pretty much the entire holiday weekend, but again, we're going to be watching those hit and miss showers and thunderstorms.
We want nice weather for the holiday. We
do.
need the rain.
We do.
So we could look at it either way we went.
Maybe it'll rain at night.
That would be perfect. Thanks, Doug. It's important to take care of our pets' well-being. KOAM's Yana Hautala discussed dogs and their needs with local people working at a dog daycare and training center in Joplin.
As we celebrate the National Holistic Pet Day, we hear from professionals how to keep your four-legged friends happy and healthy. These days, when people get back to school and work after summer, their pets may get a little less interaction. According to a local dog trainer, it is important to remember dogs' needs, as they are pack animals.
Oftentimes when we come home and at the end of the day, we don't think so much about the needs of the dog. We're happy that the dog's, happy to see us, but we need to put a little bit of effort into the dog too, because it's been waiting for us all day.
Places such as Pampered Pooch in Joplin make sure the dogs at daycare get a good amount of interaction with other dogs as well as playtime.
They stay outside to get that exercise, so usually when the owners pick them up at the end of the day, those dogs go home and take a nap.
Smith says crate training your dog is important, as their crate should always be a safe space for them to go and relax. Smith further states that obedience training is key for communication with your pet.
Dogs that have been trained and have good obedience skills are just happier all-around dogs.
When thinking of well-being of your dog, diet can make a big difference in the dog's health and look, according to Smith. A lot of dogs develop allergies, which they can be tested for.
It's not unusual for dogs that arrive here to be groomed to have skin conditions, and a lot of it's food-related.
A local hairdresser who recently adopted her dog from the Joplin Humane Society says she learned a lot about taking care of her first dog from watching a training show on television.
The dog whisperer, Cesar Millan, has a show, and I found him fascinating. So I would try, it was like 15 years ago though, to watch a lot of his shows and just to learn, whatever information he could give.
She is planning to take a training class with her new puppy, possibly at Pampered Pooch. In Joplin, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
You can find more information about the services at the Pampered Pooch at KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, Joplin Softball plays their home opener today against McDonald County, and the Pitt State Gorillas prepare for Thursday night's season opener against Central Missouri. We're going to hear from the Gorillas next.
Well, this week is finally game week for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. Pitt State opens their schedule at home on Thursday night, hosting the Central Missouri Mules. Now, the Gorillas won this matchup on the road last year, beating UCM 35-16. It's a new Central team, though. While they do return 12 starters from last year's team, the Mules have a new head coach, so there's not a lot of film to game plan off of.
It's a lot tougher. They have a lot of new players, have a lot of guys that transferred in there. We were searching a lot of high school film or junior college film to try to find some videotape on some of these guys. So we have some new guys in there. You're guessing a little bit on what wrinkles is he going to add to the program as far as the defensive side or the special teams side of things goes. So we got to prepare for a lot of things and be able to adjust throughout the game if we see some things that maybe we didn't quite prepare for.
I think whatever they throw at us, we're going to be prepared for. Our defense does a good job, I feel like, at adjusting on the run. But we have game planned up for them a little bit. We know that they have their whole offensive line back, and that's key for them. But I think they're going to have a lot of new faces, behind the center and in the backfield as well.
There's a lot of guys that that weren't there last year, so that's a little bit tough. But I believe that they have the same defensive coordinators, so we're thinking that they have a lot of the same defenses, hopefully.
The Joplin Eagles are off to a hot start this softball season. The Eagles are 4-1 in their first 5 games. Now today, Joplin plays at home for the first time this fall, hosting the McDonald County Mustangs. McDonald County strikes first today. Reagan Myrick, nice bunt, throw to first. Gets away a little bit, allows Nevaeh Dotson to come home. Mustangs up 1-0. Later in the inning, got the bases loaded, but Jill McDaniel gets out of the jam with a strikeout. Joplin, though, down 2-0 going to the bottom half. Riley Kelly comes through for the Eagles, drills this all the way to the fence. Izzy Use scores. Joplin gets one back in the bottom of the first, and I had to leave the game, but it was such a good one. Joplin wins on a walk-off in the 7th, 4-3. Other softball action today. The Webb City Cardinals playing their home opener against Wyandotte, Oklahoma. Wyandotte really good. They were good again today. Bears win it 11-1. to get to 13-4 overall this season. Albert Pujols is nearing 700 career home runs. Pujols hit a 2-run shot last night in Game 1 of the Cardinals series against the Reds. His 694th career homer. He needs just 6 home runs in the final 33 games to become the 4th player ever to reach 700 career homers. Pujols has a chance to add to his total tonight, with the Cards facing the Reds in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Pujols, though, 0 for 2 in this one. Cardinals fall 5-1. Their only run of the night came on a Tommy Edman solo homer in the 3rd. And that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
We take time now to honor a local veteran. William Breshusen, Sr., served in the U.S. Army Infantry and National Guard from 1942 to 1945. His hometown, Chanute, Kansas. And we're proud to salute Sergeant Major William Breshusen, Sr., a 4-state hero. Scientists have combined images from the Hubble and James Webb telescopes to provide new detail on a galaxy known as the Phantom Galaxy. Take a look. It's a composite of what both telescopes saw. The Phantom Galaxy is what's known as a grand design spiral, which means it has well-defined spiral arms. Those arms contain delicate filaments of gas and dust, while the center is a nuclear star cluster. The Phantom Galaxy is, give or take, about 32 million light years away, which is farther than our minds can really grasp, but it's far.
It'd take a while to get there, I guess.
Well, at the speed of light, it would take about 32 million years. Yeah.
Well, time.
The weather's going to remain fairly hot.
Yeah, we're going to have plenty of sunshine tomorrow, 91 degrees. Mostly sunny skies, a few scattered showers in here late Thursday.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.